everyone. It's Kaneko the Squirrel here. This day, we'll be talking about the best manias instead of the worst. Sometimes the best manias are just happen randomly. Sometimes they're at the end or beginning of a new era. Today, we'll be, I think, talking about all three of those situations. Nikki, would you like to start us off with the chronological beginning of our list?
Okay. So I think we can all agree that the Attitude Era was a good thing. Inarguably the highest of highs of professional wrestling. And I would say that it's swan song. Like the pay-per-view where you could definitively say, yeah, we're wrapping this whole Attitude thing up, was WrestleMania 19. Because, like, some people say it's 17 after Austin's heel turn, but you still had Austin kicking around. You did the invasion stuff. NWO came over. That was all, like, all of that stuff hedged from WCW stuff. Like, once you hit WrestleMania 19, you get Steve Austin's farewell. Rock was transitioning into a more Hollywood thing and was doing what John Cena's kind of doing right now. Like, there was a very obvious sea change in WWE. I think it was Hogan's last WrestleMania as well.
Yes. Yes, it was. Unless you count, like, 30.
Where he had a match.
Yeah, where he had a match.
Right, yeah. Yeah, his last WrestleMania match. And at the same time, it was also the first WrestleMania for guys like Brock Lesnar, for guys like, I think Booker T. Wait, no. Maybe? No? Was he at 18?
Yeah, yes, it was the shampoo match.
Oh, yeah, they're fighting over shampoo.
Another last and a sign of the era is this was Jazz's last match in WWE and WrestleMania and such.
Oh, wait, last match, like, period, or, like, just last?
I'm not 100% sure, and I'm going to go check up right now.
Go do that. But yeah, like, this card is just littered with good matches. There's really not a bad match on the card unless you count the Miller Lite catfight girls, which the less is spoken about them, the better, quite frankly.
It was an impromptu non-match.
Yeah. I don't even know how you would categorize who won that match.
No one won that match.
She got fired she got let go in November.
Oh, Jazz.
2004, due to lack of ideas for the character.
All right, well, that was a year and a half later.
She did return in 2006 and 7.
Oh, okay. Didn't know that. But all right, let's start off with the Sunday Night Heat match. A lot of things happened on Sunday Night Heat. For starters, the World Tag match was planned for this one. It was RVD and Kane taking on Lance Storm and Chief Morley, a.k.a. Val Venis. Now, it was originally supposed to be William Regal, but he caught something while he was going through a tour of India, I believe, and it nearly killed him. So he had to take, like, a good chunk of time off, like over a year, I think. And Chief Morley, I think, was his assistant at the time. So he got slotted into Regal's place. And because of that, this got bumped from the WrestleMania card. So yeah. It sucks in a way. Like, Lance Storm is still salty about that. But at the same time, RVD lost this match. And since it was not technically on WrestleMania, this means that RVD still has the longest undefeated streak in WrestleMania. Yay! 4-0. 4-0.
Don't forget, Sable is the female Undertaker. She's 3-0.
Ooh. So also on the Sunday Night Heat pre-show, there was John Cena making his first WrestleMania appearance. He was supposed to have a rap battle. I said appearance, not match. But I guess kind of in that it was on Heat. He was supposed to have a rap battle with this guy named Fabulous. And
no, I don't want to say it.
Fabulous.
Actually, Fabolous.
Ah,
Fabulous.
Right. Fabulous. But
he wasn't so fabulous. Clearly, because he wasn't on the Mania card.
Yeah, he backed out at the last second because he got arrested for something, and also maybe he just didn't want to do the thing in the first place where he didn't want to do what happened to Flo Rida a couple years ago when he got burned by Bo Dallas.
Oof.
Yeah, like that's a bad look. So I can understand him wanting to back out. So Cena just ended up rapping at a couple of cardboard cutouts of Fabulous and Jay-Z. I haven't seen it, but it sounds cringy. And also he made an offhanded remark where he said that he'll be main eventing next year's WrestleMania. Close.
2 more years.
Very close.
2 more years.
2 years off.
Oh wait, no, he didn't even main event that one. 3 years off.
Wait, what main evented 21?
Batista, Triple H.
Okay, so then it was Triple H and Cena at 22?
Yes.
Okay. I should remember that. That was my first WrestleMania that I watched. So, and also on the Sunday Night Heat pre-show, A-Train and Big Show attacked Nathan Jones backstage. This will be important later.
Also, this technically stops the first Australian WWE match at a Mania show.
Do you know what was the first?
I believe it was Emma doing something.
Was she in the? I think she was in the 32.
Battle Royal, yeah.
No, the 10 woman tag match.
Oh yeah, that. Yeah, I think she was in that.
Well, hang on. Let me
because
check
the Bushwhackers are fucking New Zealanders. Don't get me.
Hang on. I'm checking something. No, it was at WrestleMania 30, the Vicky Guerrero Invitational. Emma was one of the participants.
Oh, okay.
It was a big giant championship scramble. It was like 14 people.
Yep.
Not a big deal. AJ Lee won and retained, so. Yay. And then the next night Paige won the title.
Yes.
So, going back, the first actual match was for the Cruiserweight title, Matt Hardy taking on Rey Mysterio. And this was a fine little match. The interference was very heavy-handed at this pay-per-view. There was a lot of people trying to make interferences, like Stevie Richards would during the women's title match, Flair during the World Heavyweight title match. Like, just back in the day, you could get away with so much. Like, it was... And that's not even counting the stuff that happened in the street fight, which technically was legal. So Shannon Moore was getting involved a lot in this. By the way, Taz on commentary. What a gem. Like, he was like saying that...
We will be bringing...
Yeah, like he was saying that Matt Hardy and Shannon Moore were drinking tea backstage and they were teabagging each other. Just like stuff that you were shocked that they got away with. And I'm guessing that they only got away with it because Vince McMahon doesn't know what that word means.
Nope.
Probably not. But It was a very short match. Wikipedia only listed it at about 5.5 minutes.
Yep, 5:39 according to Pro Fight.
And like Matt Hardy ended up going over with when he like rolled up Mysterio after he kicked out of a twist of fate and I think a chair shot from Shannon. Like it was weird. He kicked out of a finisher plus an interference, but then he also got pinned by a roll up with just grabbing the ropes. Bit of an odd match, but like it was good. It was good character stuff. This was like V1 Matt Hardy Mattitude kind of thing. So that was probably the second best iteration of Matt Hardy ever. And it was
the best being wonderful.
Yes, that was exactly what I was going for. So yeah, that was that. Then we had Limp Bizkit playing. Yay!
This is when Limp Bizkit was tolerable.
Yeah, I was about to say it was a different time. 2003 was.
I like Limp Bizkit.
Well, to be fair, they were playing their only tolerable song.
Rolling.
What? But Blue Eyes is nice.
No, it is not. It is an insult.
My Way is nice.
My Way's good. I'll give you that one. My Way's good.
Okay.
Chocolate Starfish is good.
No.
You're burying yourself at this point. Like this is.
I have terrible taste in music.
Yeah, we're learning this. But so yeah, Undertaker comes out on his own. He's got the bike with the American flag on the back. It's all very nice. You know, rolling. All that good stuff. Did the theme song for this pay-per-view. Crack Addict. I have not heard it. Oh wait, no, I did hear it because before this I watched a video where they did the whole like running down the match card on the SmackDown before, and I heard it in the background. It's just like, ugh, this is not good, Limp Bizkit. And finding good Limp Bizkit is hard, but this is not it. So like, I thought this match was going to kind of suck balls going in because you know the whole Nathan Jones thing, but you know, they took him out, left the 3 veteran guys, and wouldn't you know it, they put on a halfway decent match. I'm not going to call this a 5-star thriller, but it was fine.
It was passable.
Yeah,
from what I remember.
That's about the most you can say about it. Like Nathan Jones ended up running in, did 2 kicks, and that's pretty much all they trusted him to do because Nathan Jones sucked cocks.
Well, he was brought up far too early.
Oh my God. That is, I don't know how much training would have been necessary for them to make it work, but
maybe like a couple of months.
Way more.
A couple of months, not 1 week.
Yeah, they tried, they brought him up and the 4 of them tried to create something resembling a match at the Undertaker's house, and they couldn't do it. They could not bring Nathan Jones to a level of presentable, which was fucked because, like, these are 3 dudes who are all, like, good workers. Like,
here's the thing, though.
Mm-hmm.
He may have been athletic, but he doesn't know how to wrestle yet. He had no idea how to wrestle. And, like, it doesn't matter how athletic you are. If you do not know how to wrestle or even fight, you're going to look terrible. And it's kind of and here's the thing, back at this time WWE still kind of cared about WrestleMania as far as quality matches. It's
sad when Lawrence Taylor could put on a better show than Nathan Jones.
Big oof.
And, you know what sucks even worse? A-Train, who's Matt Bloom actual name, is now the trainer for NXT. And
right.
that's just bad in hindsight.
Mm-hmm. And I thought this was the last time we would ever see Nathan Jones. Turns out, no. Like,
no.
I'm I'm not just talking about in other promotions. He appeared again in WWE, which I did not know. Like, so he got taken off of TV for a while, and then he came back as a heel, and he wrestled at Survivor Series.
Yep.
And he was on this Team Angle versus Team Lesnar dealy bob.
Yep.
And Team Lesnar is just nothing but the biggest, beefiest motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Like, it's Brock, Big Show, A-Train, Nathan Jones, and Matt Morgan, who I always forget worked for WWE once.
Yeah.
Yep.
I remember him. He kicked the shit out of Shannon Moore that one time.
That's a lot of beef.
So I'm going to read out Nathan Jones's wrestling in career, like his championships and accomplishments.
Mm-hmm.
He was ranked number 137 in the top 300 singles wrestlers of 2003.
Wow. How much must it suck to be under him?
He was the NWA Intercontinental Tag Team Champion with John Heidenreich.
Oh, wow!
Yes, that Heidenreich.
Oh, God, you're just piling on the terrible.
This, I know it sounds like we're piling on this guy, and that's because we are.
You know what?
He also, speaking of the Wrestling Observer, he was voted in 2003 the most embarrassing wrestler and the worst wrestler.
That sounds about right.
I now I understand why he was Vince hired him.
Because he's fucking big.
He is the World Strongman Challenge champion for 2009, not 2000, fuck, I'm so used to saying 2000, 1996, and the World Strength Champion in 1995.
Oh, so he wanted an Australian Mark Henry.
Basically, yes.
Except Mark Henry knows how to fucking wrestle.
Except he didn't at first. Like, if you go back and watch, like, his first year in the company, he was fucking terrible.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
So, Undertaker won. He went to 11-0, but, like, the people don't really talk about this that much. Then there was Trish versus Jazz versus Victoria for the women's title, which was sadly short again. Like, all of the first 5 matches, including the Sunday Night Heat match, all lasted less than 10 minutes. But for what it was a good match. Like, you got 3 women in here who were probably the 3 of the 4 best female workers at the time, because Lita was around, but she was injured, I think.
Yeah, I think she had a neck injury.
So yeah, they got the 3 best female workers at this time, and yeah, it was a solid match. Like, there was a couple of botches from Jazz, but like nothing too egregious. And Stevie Richards being Victoria's like creepy little valet guy, like he did that thing. You remember from War Games where Alexander Wolf brained himself in the head with the steel chair?
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he did that little bit, and it made it look good. So it was that. But Trish won, walked out with the women's title. That's all well and good and stuff. Then there was Team Angle versus Los Guerreros versus Chris Benoit and Rhino for the SmackDown tag titles.
I call this the most technical tag team match.
Oh, yeah. Like there's not a single guy in this match, with the possible exception of Rhino, who you could consider a less than stellar in-ring worker. And Rhino had his qualities.
Mm-hmm.
But
Rhino had his strengths.
Right. He could gore a motherfucker.
Yeah, his spear was really good.
Yes, he has the best spear in wrestling. Fight me. Like, I struggle to think of someone who has a better spear than Rhino.
Anyone who says Edge's spear is good is
No,
Oh,
Edge's
fuck.
spear is
Wrong.
terrible.
even
Anybody who
Edge says it's bad.
Yeah. Anybody who says Edge has a good spear doesn't watch professional wrestling.
Sadly, I think the second closest. Actually, yeah, I'm not gonna say second. Sadly, second best currently, I say, is Roman Reigns. I think he has a very good tackle.
Yes.
Decent.
It helps that he is a college football player, and also like he has some really good spears on his personal record, like that one he did on Big.
Well,
Flew through the air.
Also, the one where he tackled Shane McMahon and concussed him for a bit.
Yeah.
Survivor Series.
Okay.
For a bit.
The result was bad, but you got to admit it was a startling visual.
Anyway.
Yeah, very
This
high
match was
quality. Yeah, 6 great workers. Haas and Benjamin retained. It's all good. Now we get to the fun stuff. Like everything after this. Actually, I forgot where the Playboy or the Miller Lite Catfight girls were.
I think it's after the first fun match.
Okay, well, it happened and it was sexy. Let's go with that. Anyway,
It was fun for 13-year-old me.
Yeah, glad somebody got something out of this. Anyway, Shawn Michaels versus Chris Jericho. Holy hot fucking tits! This was great.
Yes.
I love this match.
So this was Shawn Michaels' in-ring return from his WrestleMania return from after being out since 14. Did I get that right?
Yep, 14.
14. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Mike Tyson KO.
I've got to. I'm trying to remember. Is this the Mania where he started calling himself Mr. WrestleMania, or was it 21?
I don't know.
I don't know,
But,
but
Don't remember.
Either way, this would be a good place to like. This match would be a good way to start calling yourself that, because like Michaels and Jericho, they could do no wrong. They had such good chemistry, like both here and when they would feud again in '08. Like, just these two had just this knack of getting really personal with each other and just making it feel like just like such an intense experience was going down between these two.
Yeah, I remember watching the WrestleMania Rewind on the network for this, and the stuff the build up for the stuff was really good. They had one where I think it was like the highlight reel where I think he was. I'm not sure if they were in Montreal or someplace in Canada, but the crowd was shouting like "You screwed Brett, you screwed Brett," and then Shawn replied, "Yeah, so what?" But yeah, the whole thing was that Jericho basically had to convince Shawn to get in the ring for this match.
Yeah, because after he had his one match with Triple H at the last year's SummerSlam, he was just like, okay, it was a great comeback. Let's not push it. We're gonna take this one step at a time, which totally fair.
Yep.
But like Jericho knew that if nothing else, he could carry Michaels to a good match, and he certainly didn't need to do that.
Nope.
Like, phenomenal match. Like, this has to be up there among like the best WrestleMania matches of all time. Definitely match of the night.
Yeah, I'd say this is.
Yeah.
I would put
it's either this or the main event.
I would put Michaels Jericho up there as far as like the WrestleMania show stealers, up there with TLC 2, Savage Steamboat, Savage Warrior at 7. Trying to think.
And other matches.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of more like later matches, like post 2008, like actually any of the Taker matches, like from 25, between 25 and 29.
Bryan versus Triple H.
Yeah, Bryan versus Triple H. AJ Styles versus Shane McMahon. Yeah.
Randy versus Seth.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd say it's up there. Anyway,
That pop-up RKO, fuck me.
Then, actually, now I'm looking at Pro Fight DB. After this, we had the pillow fight. Moving the fuck on, Triple H versus Booker T.
Oh boy.
So the wrong man won. Let's just get that out of the way.
Yeah.
So 1, the wrong man won. 2, Triple H said, and I'm going to quote, "A person like you doesn't beat a man like me." Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's
The
like
racist undertones were terrible in this.
no, it was like no, someone like you doesn't get to be WWE champion.
Yeah, he literally said with your nappy hair, and he called him a thug. That's not undertones. Those are just tones, okay? Like, the whole build to this was explicitly racist.
Now, if they had that and then Booker T won, it would be the black guy kicking the ass of the racist guy and taking his championship.
Yes, and that would be like, that would make up for all of it. And hell, even if Triple H won, but like it was close and like you could justify a rematch or something,
Or it was a DQ or something like that.
or a DQ, like there's plenty of ways to do it that doesn't bury the shit out of the guy that you have just been making racist remarks at for the better part of 2 months.
Yeah, this was in the time where it was not ideal to watch Raw because it was pretty much the Triple H show.
Mm-hmm.
Still was until he moved. Oh no, wait, he never did. There's a reason why JBL was champion for so long.
Triple H doesn't want to work Tuesdays. Oh!
SmackDown was never the Triple H show.
Mm-hmm. And yet Evolution came out at SmackDown 1000. Anyway. Ooh, this tea is hot. So, but no, what they ended up doing was stupid. Triple H.
The match was...
pedigree. Yeah, the match was good. I'll give it that. In a vacuum, this was a quality match.
In a massive vacuum, it was good, but if you take it out of that vacuum, it collapses like a shitty souffle.
Right, exactly. Like, Triple H hits the pedigree and then stalls. And then stalls. And then he keeps stalling. And he doesn't get the pin for almost 30 fucking seconds. And he still gets the 3 count.
If it was like a long, hard-fought match, and there'd been some cheating, and then he collapsed, and then there was a long period between him getting the pin, that would be understandable.
No.
What happened was not.
No. Don't even. Because that kind of shit matters. Even if you just like died in the ring, all right? If you go like almost 30 seconds between hitting the move, scoring the pinfall, that makes you look weak no matter what. Like,
No, what I'm saying is both guys are out.
Even still, you kick out of that. Like, that is such a bad look.
It depends on the length of the match.
You got to get into like Broadways before it gets to that.
30 minutes plus.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that was never going to happen for this match. It was 18 minutes? Yeah, 18 minutes and 45 seconds long. That wouldn't, like, if it was a 10-second stall, that would be understandable.
Sure. 25 seconds? No. No, sir. No, thank you.
Let's move on to another shit match.
I will fight you on this one.
It was a shit match.
It was perfect for what it needed to be. Hulk Hogan versus Mr. McMahon in a street fight. This was disgusting. And
I didn't like it.
It was brutal, and like it's up there in Hulk Hogan's best matches. I'm not gonna lie. I got a sick amount of fun out of it. Like, say what you want about Mr. McMahon, the dude. Blampier said it best. Nobody takes a one-sided battering like Mr. McMahon. And this wasn't quite one-sided, but it was like there's that one shot in this match where Mr. McMahon is going down to the ring apron to get a lead pipe, and he slowly peers over the ring apron, and he's just red, covered in blood, and he has the smile on his face. He looks like the fucking devil. It's such a good shot, and like, I don't know. I shouldn't enjoy this match as much as I do, but there's just something fucking crazy about this match that it's hard to pin down. But Hogan versus McMahon, like, I liked it. Anyway, after that, Rock versus Austin 3. Yeah, it's Steve Austin's swan song. Like, it's
the end of that feud.
Yeah, like, so there was a great amount of danger that he actually wasn't gonna make the card, because he had like he nearly had a heart attack. He wasn't sleeping, and he drank a shitload of energy drinks, and he was not doing good. He checked himself out of the hospital like a few hours before he showed up to the arena. Like, real quick, voice, are you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Okay, because I keep seeing your thing light up, but like I don't hear you.
No. I'm just listening.
Okay, fair enough. So yeah, the whole build to this was that Rock had already gone off to Hollywood. He was already starting to become a megastar, and the one thing that he had never accomplished was that he never beat Austin at Mania. He had 2 tries, lost. So he was coming in as just this big bastard of a heel, and this was a finisher spam.
Yeah.
And we saw a bad version of finisher spam at last year's Mania with Brock and Roman. This was a much better version of finisher spam, because first off, one of the finishers was hit by each other. Like, Austin hit a rock bottom, and Rock hit a stunner. So for some reason, those don't seem to count, but like it's still kind of a cool visual to see. But like at the very end, it took 3 rock bottoms for the Rock to finally get that monkey off his back and pin Austin. Like, what a bastard. And then that was it for Stone Cold. It wasn't I really thought that it would have been brought up in the build that this was going to be his last match, but like, it was just kind of it. And then finally we got the main event, Brock versus Kurt.
I love this. I love this match. I love this match so much.
This was great. Like, these two guys, it really felt like watching this that we were heading towards this kind of thing. Because Kurt had been a star already for a little while. Lesnar had built himself up over the course of this year, over the last calendar year, as just the fucking terror of the WWE. And just, like, these two always brought it with each other. And there was a moment in this match. I think you know the moment I'm referring to.
Yes.
Brock Lesnar goes to the top rope and he tries a shooting star press.
Oh.
He very slightly under-rotates.
Slightly is a strong word.
I'm going to be honest. For him, yeah, it was slight.
Yeah. Anyone else would have no neck.
Well, Brock barely has a neck to begin with, so that's understandable. But like, that doesn't do it justice. He looks at the turnbuckle and he smiles. This creepy little smile. It's just like, I know what I'm about to do. And he goes all the way there, turnbuckle. Like, this always baffled me about this. He went to the farthest turnbuckle from where Angle was. Like, was he expecting to cover that much ground?
He almost did.
Yeah, he almost did.
Honestly, if this was at the earlier on in the match, I think he could have hit it.
Oh, sure. He was probably way tired, and it was the main event, so you know the ropes are covered in sweat. Like,
and that's actually one dangerous thing that I think WWE needs to change. Is they need to get a ring crew to clean those ropes.
Oh yeah, that's definitely something. Especially if you're planning on having a guy that size try to do a shooting goddamn star press, which oh man,
as a person who's worked in an indie thing for a lot shorter of a show, we have an intermission, and during the intermission we clean the ropes, we clean basically the entire ring and quickly get a broom, brush it down, wipe down the ropes with a towel. That's all they really need. A big show like Mania, there's ways to distract the crowds so you can have your ring crew.
Do it during a Limp Bizkit concert or something.
Or
they had like 4 of them during the show.
Yeah, like there's ways to do this, and like, yeah.
Yeah, but he under rotates and just lands smack on his head. He looked like he was like reverse T-posing. Like, just donk. It was... Taz just lost his mind when that happened. And I don't know how much of that was him losing his mind from the result of it or from him, like, nearly killing himself.
Probably both.
Yeah, Taz went nuts for this move. And, like, a lesser man would have probably let himself be pinned right there, but Brock Lesnar is not a lesser man of any capacity. Like, this dude, despite the mother of all concussions and probably some neck problems, I'm gonna guess.
Probably.
Yeah. Like, he gutted it out, won the match. Like, there's a few reasons why I don't shit talk Brock that much. Because he does stuff like this.
Yeah, I guess. Actually, speaking of weather, I was just looking at the weather for this coming Sunday in Elizabeth, New Jersey, where MetLife Stadium is, and it looks like it's going to be a sunny 60 degrees, low of 44, about 3% chance of rain. They're in good position. Although Saturday it does look like it's going to rain right in the morning. So when they're setting up, when they're setting up, they just got to make sure to wipe everything down, make sure nothing major for their set is going to